I wonder what's going on here. Kevin Andrew Collins, born January 24, 1974, disappeared February 10, 1984, gained national attention as one of the first missing children to appear on milk cartons and on the cover of national publications, such as Newsweek magazine, in 1984. Remember the detail about the milk cartons. This is the first missing child to be put on those milk cartons, and since kids tend to drink milk in the morning, they will be traumatized every morning seeing a missing child on their milk carton and thinking that it could have been them. But the milk carton thing is mockery. It's wordplay, and it's going to blow your mind when I expose what the wordplay here is. His abduction from San Francisco city streets helped bring to light the plight of missing and exploited children in the US. This one is so telling when you apply Gematria to it. If this was staged by the Gematria Code, like everything else done by the tribe. On February 10, 1984, he left early from basketball practice in the school's gymnasium between 6:10 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. One of his older brothers, 11-year-old Gary, normally would have accompanied Kevin to basketball practice, but was home sick that day. Kevin was last seen at approximately 7:55 p.m. at the corner of Oak Street and Masonic Avenue, waiting for the number 43 bus. Witnesses reported seeing him at the bus stop talking to a tall, blonde-haired man. He was never seen or heard from again. Masonic Avenue? You see, they're not even hiding it. In Gematria, Kevin Andrew Collins sums to 84 and 105, like masonry. Notice he went missing in the year 1984. The date was 2/10. Kevin Andrew Collins, 210 English Ordinal. Notice San Francisco, California sums to 210 as well. Literally, his name sums to the date of his disappearance and to the location. Let's look at the numerology of the date. First of all, he vanishes on the date, leaving 325 days left in the year. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 325. It was also a span of 350 days between the date of his disappearance and what would have been his next birthday. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 350. I don't know how scientific it is to use this phrase, or if the Cabal uses it in their coding, but ritual child sacrifice equals 350 as well. And that phrase seems to fit multiple times with what's going on here. The date numerology is 115, Masonic 115, killing 115. Notice he was waiting for bus number 43, death 25. His possible abductor was described as a tall blonde man, or a blonde-haired man. Tall blonde man 120, blonde-haired man 120, Illuminati 120. It says that Kevin Collins's missing poster appeared accidentally in the movie The Terminator. Accidentally? I'm not so sure about that. The Terminator overlaps with secret society. This is where I am going to delve into the Bohemian Grove, which is located very near San Francisco. The movie was released 259 days after Kevin Collins's abduction. In the Bohemian Grove, they hold what they say is a mock ritual sacrifice ceremony called Cremation of Care. Cremation of Care 259. It involves dumping a victim alive into fire. I'm pretty sure they prefer to do that with babies and children. You'll notice Wikipedia takes care to point out that the Terminator movie takes place in California, just like the abduction did. California 259 English Extended. The Bohemian Grove is actually called the Bohemian Club. Schwarzenegger 219, Bohemian Club 219, California 219 in the Jewish cipher, Missing Child Poster 219, Missing Child Poster 267, The Bohemian Club 267. The movie A Nightmare on Elm Street also depicted Kevin's missing child poster. A Nightmare on Elm Street 325 reverse ordinal. Kevin Collins went missing on a date leaving 325 days in the year. That particular movie was released 93 days before the first anniversary of Kevin Collins's disappearance. Missing Child Poster 93. Mockery all the way. It is rumored that ritual child sacrifice is practiced at the Bohemian Grove, which is not far from San Francisco. Bohemian Grove is a restricted 2,700-acre campground located at 2061 Bohemian Avenue in Monte Rio, California, United States, belonging to a private San Francisco-based gentlemen's club known as the Bohemian Club. In mid-July each year, Bohemian Grove hosts a more than 2-week encampment of some of the most prominent men in the world. Ritual Child Sacrifice 134, Bohemian Grove 134. Kevin Andrew Collins was the first child to be put on a milk carton depicting missing children. The demonic entity they purport to worship at Bohemian Grove is named Molech. There are multiple spellings of this demon's name, but Molech is one of them. Molech sums to 106, if you choose to spell it that way. 106 was the numerology of the date Kevin Collins was abducted. Rabbinical tradition, rabbinical, huh? Depicted Moloch as a bronze statue heated with fire into which the victims were thrown. This has been associated with reports by Greco-Roman authors on the child sacrifices in Carthage to Baal Hammon, especially since archaeological excavations since the 1920s have produced evidence for child sacrifice in Carthage, as well as inscriptions including the term MLK, either a theonym or a technical term associated with sacrifice. Okay, so did you notice that bit about the inscriptions including the term MLK? It does not stand for Martin Luther King in this case. MLK is Moloch. And what does MLK sound like? MLK, milk, milk cartons, milk, Moloch, children sacrificed to Moloch. Now you get the connection now. You get the mockery now. Look at the other names for this thing. Milcom, Malcam. Faces of missing children put on milk cartons. Milk. It's wordplay. It's mockery. He disappeared on the 18th day of his age, or 17 days after his birthday. MLK 18. Milk 18. Milk carton 4464. Kill 4464. Bohemian Grove 64. Milk carton 116. Cabal 116. It's interesting too that Wikipedia brings up this Harry Edwards guy as the founding member of the Bohemian Club. Notice he died at age 63. The name Henry Edwards sums to 63 both in forward and reverse full reduction ciphers. He died on a date that created a span of 2 months and 19 days between his death and what would have been his 64th birthday. Bohemian Club 219. That date also had 106 and 25 numerology to go with Molech. You could say it was 11 months and 2 days before his next birthday. Theater 112, since he was a stage actor. He also died on the 160th day of the year, and he was an entomologist. So what's going on here? Did this kid actually exist, or is this all a hoax? Did they target a certain boy because he had the correct numbers going for him? If he was abducted to the Bohemian Grove and sacrificed in the flames, our rulers were the ones that ran the ritual. Whoever was president of United States in 1984 probably stood there and watched and participated and enjoyed it. How many children on those milk cartons are also victims of sacrifice at the Bohemian Grove? And these Masonic corporations that produce milk for you, did they put their faces on the containers to mock the public?